Last week, we got a visit from Slick and his wife from Slick's Garage and the reality TV show Highway to Sell. They wanted to learn more about dustless blasting to see if it was effective enough for their business. We gave them a tour of our manufacturing process so they could see the quality of the tools we build. Dustless blasting is the fastest, cleanest, greenest way to strip paint, rust, and body filler from a car. In Slick's fast-paced business, he was tired of having to outsource work to a sandblaster.
Now we're losing shipping time, we're losing, getting it to and from. We're not there to see the quality, and that was a big thing that we had, was we'd ship a car out and it'd come back damn near worse than it was when it left. We really need the car there on the ground as much as possible, so I mean this is going to be a no-brainer for us.
Slick only wants to use the best tools in his shop, so we set up a rusted-out Cadillac for him to blast so that he could get a realistic idea of what to expect from dustless blasting.
Typical scenarios, like say you're blasting a car, the media is going everywhere, it's bouncing all over the place and shooting all over. Does it have a tendency, being that because it's waterborne now, that it's basically has less of a, it travels less, it doesn't go as far away, doesn't bounce off and shoot across the area?
If I'm blasting across the hood, it's going to continue on. For a couple feet until it hits something, right? The water's going to make it heavy and fall down. But if I'm standing right in front of a fender and I'm blasting a fender, it's going to go straight to the ground. It's not going to keep.
When you're sandblasting, usually, it shoots back and beats the hell out of you and things like that. I mean, it's just not as likely with the water, is it?
So if you threw a dry handful of sand against the wall, it would bounce back. If you threw wet sand against the wall,
it drops.
Yeah, it's just going to smack the wall and fall to the ground.
Excellent.
So the car that we're going to blast today, I don't know if you saw the red Cadillac on one of the videos. That was the first video we ever did, like 4 years ago, was this red Cadillac. And now it's got almost 1 million views on YouTube, kind of thing. And people always say, oh, they just painted that car, and we did. And because as the story goes, holy crap, let's try this. Right. So we have this old Cadillac out back, blast the Cadillac, and get done and say, oh, well, shit, what are we going to bring to SEMA? This is perfect.
Yeah.
But now we need a video. So then we repainted the car red, and you can see overspray on the tires. And I mean, never thought twice about it. Right. Oh, how big is this really going to be? Let's just put some paint on here. We know it works.
Sure.
Right? So, let's just go ahead with it. So today we're going to blast that car for the 3rd time, and it's just a complete rust bucket. I mean, imagine it's just been sitting outside for 4 years. I mean, there's nothing else on the car but rust.
Did you see that? See how fast that was? This is going to make me a lot of money.
Unlike traditional sandblasting, the water in the dustless blasting process actually cools the metal that's being blasted, which removes the risk of warping. The water inside the dustless blaster is mixed with a rust inhibitor that prevents chlorides from being embedded in the metal to prevent flash rust.
Oh man, that's awesome. That is awesome. Like brand new metal, and fast as hell.
After a good rinse with the rust inhibitor and water, the metal is chloride free, and once it dries, it'll be ready for primer.
You do a whole car in a couple hours. That's the idea. That ain't the way it's happening right now, let's put it that way. This is going to be a lot better shape. I've never had sandblaster work that fast. You got one hell of a system. I mean, one hell of a system.